Alrighty. You guys set up right there so I can see you. So like I said, we're going to start in whatever your comfortable starting position is this evening. So maybe that's standing, maybe that's comfortable seated. Maybe it is hands and knees. So you can initiate maybe from that cat and cow, that child's pose to cobra, wherever you are comfortable starting your practice tonight. From there, I invite you to take that initial scan of the body, starting from the top of the head and moving to the tips of the toes. As you take that scan, all we're doing for these first couple of moments is noticing how you're feeling, noticing where your body is at this evening, noticing any points of tension, any spaces that are particularly sore or tired, and also any spaces that maybe feel particularly good this evening as we get started, as we get moving. As you take those first couple of nice deep breaths and you complete that scan of the body, I invite you to take any initial range of motion that you think will feel particularly good for you to get your movement started this evening. So if you found that tension through the shoulders, maybe it's some shoulder circles, maybe it's a roll of the head and the neck. If it's a little bit through the lower body, maybe it's a standing forward fold, a seated forward fold. Maybe it's one of those initial ranges of motion that I include, but you know you would like a little bit more of. Or maybe it's something that's a little bit different that you just know is going to feel particularly good and get you in that place to start moving for you this evening. And we'll, in that initial range of motion or stretch or multiple ranges of motion, take about 6 nice deep breaths here, nice and easy, big inhales and exhales, and find that range of motion, find that stretch to start you off. And taking about 3 or 4 more nice deep breaths here, nice and easy, going through that range or those ranges of motion. And finishing out with those 2 more nice deep breaths just to even up, and then make your way into your comfortable seated position. So whatever that might mean for you, whether it's with the legs crossed like mine are, maybe the legs are out long, maybe the knees are bent, the feet are planted, and we'll start off with those couple of initial ranges of motion all together this evening. So let's start with the head and the neck. We're just gonna roll twice in each direction. That first inhale finds that nice long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest. You can bring those hands down beside you if you'd like. Let's go ahead and roll that right ear towards that right shoulder, opening up through the left side of the neck. That next exhale drops you back down through center, chin to chest. And then that inhale brings the left ear towards the left shoulder. And we're just going to go one more time in each direction there. So with your next exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to that right side. And then exhale through center. And our inhale to the left. That following exhale drops you back to center. And then that inhale lifts the head back up nice and long, keeping those shoulders relaxed, nice and low away from the ears, which is where we'll move next into some nice easy shoulder circles up towards the ears and then either down and back or down into the front. Just a couple of nice easy circles in that first direction, kind of loosening them up. We'll use, our downward facing dog and our plank and our cobra as some of our transitional movements tonight. So getting the shoulders ready to go. Let's go ahead and take one more circle in that first direction and then just go ahead and switch it up. Same thing other way. So if you're going backwards, go ahead and bring it forward and vice versa. And let's find 2 more circles in that second direction, nice and easy. And then release and relax those shoulders low away from the ears. From there, we've got our lateral stretch, our side to side stretch. We'll start that off with our nice inhale to take those arms out and up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch, long up away from center. Maybe look up towards those fingertips. Your next exhale drops that right hand down to the mat, reaches that left arm up over top, keeping that left hip in contact. Inhale brings us up to center. Once again, nice long arms up at center. Exhale down in that second direction to the left, reaching those right fingertips up as far as you can. Let's go twice more in each direction here. Those inhales pulling you through center and those exhales bringing you side to side. If you're moving a little faster or slower than me tonight, that is totally fine. Go ahead and move at your own pace. I'm going to go ahead and find one more time in each direction. After we finish that second direction, that third time, we'll go into our spinal twists. So when you get back to the center, just go ahead and pause for me with those arms up nice and long, right up overhead after that second time. When you get there, after you take that moment, that next exhale brings that left hand forward, that right arm back, opens up the shoulders towards that right wall. Nice spinal twist there. Now we're just going to move a couple times, no specific count, no specific pace in either direction. As usual, as you inhale, those arms can come up long as you come through center, or they can just trace across the knees. Either way, that inhale finds that long spine, and that exhale finds that spinal twist. Like I said, just a few times at your own pace here. So if you like a little bit deeper of a stretch, a little bit longer of a hold, feel free to take a little longer in one direction or the other. If you like it a little bit faster and like to move a little bit more as you get warmed up, feel free to take it a little faster. Fabulous. And we're going to take it one more time in each direction. If you need that third change of direction to hit that second side, that final time, please feel free to take it. When you finish it out, that last inhale will bring you back to center, whether those arms were coming high or low. And then either way, just relaxing those shoulders, relaxing the arms, bring that spine back to that nice center. From there, and take your time finishing out those last two or three. We're going to go in just a little bit of lower body stretching because we do have some lower body work, some balance, and some transitions tonight. So let's start with that right leg out nice and long, that left leg tucked in, sole of the foot towards that knee or that inner thigh. And then you can just take it however you would like to work your way into that fold, whether it's that inhale to take those arms up overhead and hinge at those hips, or maybe you just trace those fingertips down the knee, the shin, towards the ankle or the toes. As usual, take this stretch however it feels good for you. So if you like that little bit of a longer spine and more of a hinge at the hips because it targets that leg a little more, feel free to find that. If your back is feeling a little tight and you want to round into it a little bit more, feel free to find that as well. Two more nice deep breaths down this right side. With that next inhale, go ahead and bring it back up nice and tall, right up to center. We're just going to switch those legs. So left leg comes out long, right leg pulls in. If you did opposite of me for that first one, that's totally fine. Take it to that second side. And then same thing, transition into it in the way that serves you. So whether it's just tracing those fingertips down or finding that inhale to your long spine and hinging at those hips. Tracing those fingertips down towards that left shin, ankle, toes. And let's take those two more nice deep breaths here on this second side. Fabulous. That next inhale pulls you back up to that long spine. We're going to bring it to center for a butterfly stretch. So keeping that right leg folded in, go ahead and bring the sole of that left foot to the sole of that right foot. You can take this in, again, the way that serves you best. So maybe the feet come in a little bit closer, or maybe you hinge forward at those hips a little bit, or maybe you place those elbows on those knees and bring them that little bit of pressure for that hip opener. Either way, we're finding that nice butterfly stretch, and then maybe just folding it slightly forward to take that little bit more intensity in it. Two nice deep breaths here. And our final warm-up stretch will be a stretch of your choice down center. So go ahead and inhale, find that nice long spine back up at center. Now you can stay in that butterfly stretch if that feels really good for you. You can take both legs out long together. You can take both legs out long into a straddle. However you would like to find that final fold right down the center, I encourage you to find that leg positioning. Take that inhale to your long spine and then exhale to just go ahead and sink into it and find that nice stretch. So again, maybe you're still in that butterfly positioning with the soles of those feet together. Maybe you have those feet narrow right down center. Maybe they're in that straddle. If you do have that straddle, maybe you reach out towards the feet, or maybe you just fold it right down the center. Let's take two more nice deep breaths here. Last nice warm up before we get into that flow. Fabulous. And then that next inhale brings you back up to that nice long spine. From there, I invite you to take that transition over to hands and knees, which is where we're going to start. I'm going to grab a quick sip of my water as I make my transition. If you'd like that, you can feel free to find that. If you'd like any final warm-up range of motion, feel free to find that as you make your transition. And then we are going to start with our cats and cows. So when you do get to hands and knees, if you want to go right into that, you can. Or if you'd like to just take a moment, wait for me to settle in, and then we'll start all together. We'll have the opportunity for a few cats and cows once we all get there. As you get to hands and knees, take a moment. Notice, make sure those knees are underneath those hips. Make sure those wrists are either underneath those shoulders or maybe out a little bit in front if that feels a little better on those wrists. Those inhales drop the belly towards the floor, lift the hips and the chin. And that exhale rounds the spine up towards the ceiling, tucks the chin in towards that chest, and opens up that tailbone towards that back wall. Go ahead a couple times in each direction with the pace of your breath, finding that nice spinal range of motion. Using this opportunity to really start to sync your breath with your range of motion. Like I said, we're going to start slowly on this first flow and make our way into each of these. As we move forward, as we get into it a second, third, maybe fourth time, I'll just take that pace up just slightly as we keep moving. Give me one more nice deep breath in that cat and cow. So one more time for that spine in each direction. And then go ahead and bring it right back to center. When you get there, we're going to take it out into our puppy for kind of a chest stretch here. So our knees are still going to stay run underneath our hips, but we're going to go ahead and slide or walk those hands out nice and long, feeling that chest down towards the mat. So kind of like our child's pose, but with those hips over top of those knees rather than sending them back towards the heel. You can place that forehead down on the mat if that feels okay, finding that nice chest or shoulder stretch, depending on if you have that tension there, or maybe just a little bit of a lower back stretch if not. From here, we're going to take it into a spinal twist. Let's take that right hand, lift it up off the mat. We're going to thread it through underneath in between that left hand and that left knee, and then place the back of that hand on the floor. And then if it feels okay, send that right shoulder down to the mat. That left arm can stay out long, or you've got two options to take that intensity up. First one is our half bind, left fingertips up towards the ceiling, face the palm around behind the back, and then bend at the elbow to send it towards that opposite hip. Our second one is going to be our thoracic spine range of motion. So I'm starting with my palms together, and I'm just going to work on opening those left fingertips up towards the ceiling as far as I can go. So whatever your range of motion is, and then back down, palms come back together. We've got two nice deep breaths in this spinal twist. So find that version of it that you'd like. Find that inhale, and then that exhale, and then one more. Inhale, and that exhale. After that second one, wherever that left hand landed, go ahead and take it back out nice and long. We're going to unthread and just switch sides. So that right hand comes back out. We're down center for that puppy, and then we're switching up. Left hand lifts, threads through, place the back of that hand on the mat, that shoulder down on the mat. Same options for that right hand. It can stay right where it is. You can find that half bind, or you can find that thoracic spine range of motion, that little bit deeper of a twist. Let's go ahead and take two more nice deep breaths in this side. When you finish that nice deep breath, wherever that right hand landed, go ahead and take it right back out to that center positioning. Same thing with that left, back to that puppy. From here, we're going to make our transition to our first inversion of the day, our downward facing dog. Be gentle on yourself. Lift those hips up a little bit, curl those toes under, and press those hips up and back. As always, feel free to start with that gentle bend in those knees, maybe that pedal out of those heels. If that inversion feels a little uncomfortable, you can keep the head a little bit lifted there. If it feels okay, you can send the head down in between those ears, between those biceps, and you can maybe gently shake the head in that yes or no range of motion. Two nice deep breaths here. Fabulous. All right, we're going to use our rocket as a transition to a wide lunge. So to transition from our down dog to our rocket, I just want you to bend those knees and send those hips back. And then we're going to take our right leg, spring off of it, and bring it to the outside of that right hand into our lunge. So using that rocket as that transition. And then we're going to find a spinal twist. Left hand stays on the mat, right arm opens. So we're opening towards that right leg in that lunge. Excellent. Next exhale brings that hand back down. We're going to make our way back through center. So back to our down dog, rock it, and then the left side's going to come forward. So send that right foot back towards the left, downward facing dog, and then into that rocket, bend those knees, spring off of that left foot, bring it forward outside of that left hand, and then same thing, spinal twist. Right hand stays down, left arm opens, chest towards that left leg. Excellent. Your next exhale, go ahead and bring that back down. We're going to make our way to our down dog, which is going to take us to our child's pose. So our left leg's going to go back to meet the right, and those knees come down wide, those hips go back towards the heels. Give me one nice deep breath once you reach that child's pose. Big inhale and big exhale. Our next inhale is going to bring us up and over, and then our exhale is going to sink us into our cobra or baby cobra. So bring those hips up, pull those knees underneath those hips, send them down to the mat. Your cobra has those arms extended. Your baby cobra has them bent a little bit, a little less intense. Choose the version that you like. Nice. Activate that core. We're taking it back to our downward facing dog. So curl those toes under, lengthen those arms, press those hips up and back. Nicely done. From here, we're going to make our way to our forward fold. So bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward towards those hands. Forward fold. And take that at your own pace, whatever transition you like best from down dog to your fold. Let's take it into our chair. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back. Nice bend in those knees, nice long spine. So as always, if you can get those biceps to surround those ears, that's fabulous, but not at the sacrifice of our lower back. Keep it nice and long. Let's make our transition from here to our crescent lunge. Right leg is going to slide or step back nice and long. Bend that left knee. Find your balance once you get there. Nice. Take that moment. Find that nice active core, that bent left knee. If you have a little bit narrower of a lunge, that's totally fine. Let's take it to our warrior two. Turn that right heel down. Open those arms. And then our peaceful flips that left hand so the palm faces the ceiling, and then we lift it up and back. That right hand can reach down towards the mat or come around behind the back. Keeping that balance. Nice. All right, we're going to cartwheel it down. So left hand's going to come over, right hand's going to come over and down, and that right heel is going to lift. So we're back down kind of in that lunge. Step your right foot forward to meet your left, so we're back in that fold. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's take it to that chair pose once again. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Nice. For that transition, back to our crescent. Left leg this time slides or steps back. When you get there, bend that right knee once again. If you had to lengthen it, find your balance, find your core, take your time. Nice. Warrior two turns our left down, opens the arms. Good. We keep that bend in that right knee. Keep that core strong for our balance. Flip that right palm, that front palm, lift it up and back. Again, those left fingertips can reach down or come around behind the back. Cartwheel it down once again. Right hand, left heel lifts. This time that right is going to step back to meet the left for our down dog one final time. And then I want you to send those knees down to the mat. Bring them right underneath those hips, those wrists underneath those shoulders. Give me two cats and cows. Nice inhales and exhales. Here we go. When you finish those two, bring that spine back to your neutral. We're taking it back out to that puppy. So those hips stay high, those arms walk or slide out. We're going to do a little bit shorter of a spinal twist in each direction this time. So go ahead and start with that right hand, lift it off the mat, thread it underneath, place that shoulder down on the mat. We've got one nice deep breath. So you can keep that left arm long, or you can find either of those options I went through last time. Big inhale and exhale. And then let's make our way through center for that other side. So right arm comes back out long, and then left arm threads underneath. Same thing, you can stay right there, or you can find either of those other modifications. One nice deep breath on this side. Take that left arm back out one more time into that puppy. And then let's take it to our downward facing dog. Curl those toes under, lift those knees, press the hips up and back. All right, here comes those lunges and twists. So take that rocket to lunge at your own pace. Bend those knees, send those hips back. Right foot springs forward outside that right hand. Take your time, make sure that ankle lands under that knee, or you give it that assist. Left hand stays down, right arm opens. Very nice. Right hand comes back down. We're going to make our transition back to our downward facing dog, and then we'll use that rocket to bring that left foot forward. So right foot goes back to meet the left, and then go ahead and bend those knees, spring off of that left foot, bring it to the outside of that left hand, left arm opens. Nice, awesome. Exhale brings that left hand back down. We're going back to our down dog just to make that transition to our child's. So left foot goes back, knees come wide, hips go back towards the heels. One nice deep breath in child's pose, which takes us forward for our cobra. Send those hips over and down. Cobra or baby cobra. Baby cobra is always fine. Very nice. Let's take it back to that downward facing dog. Curl those toes under, activate the core, press those hips up and back. Good. From here, we're going to take it forward to our forward fold. So bend those knees, step, walk, or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Chair pose comes next. Inhale, sweep the arms up, send the hips back. Let's take it to crescent. Right leg goes back, nice and long. Left knee is bent. Find your balance once you get there. Warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful flips that front palm, lifts us up and back. Left palm flips towards the ceiling. Nice. Let's cartwheel it down. Left hand comes over, right hand comes over, right heel lifts. We're stepping forward to our fold for that transition. So right foot forward to the left. Chair pose up next. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back. Nice. And then we'll take that crescent on that other side. Left leg slides or steps back nice and long. Right knee is bent. Nice tall torso, strong core. Find your balance. Warrior two. Turn the left heel down, open the arms. Peaceful. Flips that front palm, that right palm, lifts us up and back. We're cartwheeling it down once again. Right hand, left heel. This time we take it back to our downward facing dog. Right foot steps back to meet the left. And then let's send those knees down to our hands and knees. All right, we're gonna go one more time through before we take a nice little break. So when you get down to that hands and knees position, give me those two cats and cows once again. Inhale, belly towards the floor. Lift the hips and the chin if it feels okay. Exhale, spine rounds up towards the ceiling. Same thing one more time. Nice big inhale and exhale. When you finish that, bring that spine back to that nice neutral. And then go ahead and send it out into that puppy. Hands slide forward or step forward. Hips stay over those knees. Let's take it right arm underneath and through. One nice deep breath when you get into that twist. That shoulder meets the mat. Big inhale and exhale. Fabulous. When you're ready after that breath, go ahead and bring it back to center. And then left arm comes through. Same thing. Left arm underneath. Shoulder meets the mat. Big inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and bring it back through center. All right, very nice. Let's take it to that downward facing dog. Lift those hips, curl those toes under, activate the core, press those hips up and back. Nicely done. All right, we've got that rocket to that lunge to that twist. So go ahead and bend those knees, bring that right foot forward, plant it outside that right hand. Left hand stays down, right arm opens. Exhale brings that back down. We're making our way back to our down dog, and then same thing on that other side. So right goes back to meet the left. Bend those knees, bring that left foot forward outside of that left hand. Fabulous. Take your time there. Left arm opens, right arm stays down. Very nice, very nice. Left hand comes back down. We're going to take that left foot back to meet the right for that down dog, which takes us to our child's pose. So left foot back, down dog, knees wide, hips towards the heels, child's pose. Nice deep breath there. Which takes us to our cobra. Hips come forward, knees come underneath. Cobra or baby cobra. Feel free to bend those elbows if that cobra is still a little intense. Nice, curl those toes under, activate the core, press the hips up and back, down dog. We're taking it to our forward fold. Bend those knees, step, walk, or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Excellent, excellent. All right, here comes that chair. Sweep those arms up, send those hips back, bend those knees. Good, good, good. Find your balance, find your core when you get there, find that nice long spine. And let's send that right foot back nice and long into our crescent. Left knee is bent. Find your balance, find your core. Good transition. Warrior two, right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips our front palm, lifts us up and back. Cartwheel it down, left hand, right heel lifts, and the right foot steps forward to meet the left, forward fold. Chair pose, sweeps our arms up, sends our hips back. Find that nice bend in those knees. Can you get just a tiny bit deeper into that chair pose than you were last time? Excellent. Left foot goes back nice and long into that crescent lunge. Right knee is bent. Take it to our warrior two. Left heel turns down, arms open. Good, good, good. Flip that front palm, that right palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel. And then this time that right goes back to meet the left, downward facing dog. All right, and we've got a couple moments for our recovery here. So you can stay in that down dog. You can find a child's pose. You can find hands and knees. You can take a break altogether and grab a sip, which is what I'm going to do. But feel free to take a couple nice deep breaths here. Find any recovery pose that you'd like, or if you're feeling like you want to stay in that down dog, give yourself that little bit of a challenge. Feel free to stay there. We've got 3 nice deep breaths in our recovery here, nice and slow. Fabulous. Go ahead and give me that one more nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our way back to that hands and knees for that cat and cow to get us started once again. So take your time, make your way there, find your cat and cow, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, belly towards the floor, hips and chin lift. Exhale, spine rounds towards the ceiling. Excellent. Go ahead and take one more nice deep breath wherever you are in that cat and cow. When you finish that breath, let's make our way to our puppy slider. Step those hands out nice and long, chest down towards the mat. We've got that one twist in each direction. Right arm comes underneath, right shoulder meets the mat. Nice deep breath there. When you're ready, back through center, and then the left arm comes underneath. Nice deep breath there. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. Excellent. Let's take it to our downward facing dog. So go ahead and activate that core. Lift those hips. Curl those toes under. Press the hips up and back. All right, you've got that little lunge series coming up next. So go ahead and make your way to rocket. And then that right leg springs forward for that lunge. Bend those knees. Spring off that right hand inside that right foot. And then right arm lifts. Nice spinal twist. Excellent. Exhale brings that down. Same transition, we're taking it through down dog to rocket to the left side coming forward. So right goes back to meet the left. Find your down dog, take a moment, and then go ahead and bend those knees. Spring off of that left foot to bring it forward outside that left hand. Left arm lifts. Fabulous. Next exhale brings that left hand back down. Left foot goes back to meet the right for our down dog. And then our child's pose, knees wide, hips towards the heels. When you get there, give me that nice big deep breath. Forward to cobra, knees underneath those hips. Hips come down to the mat. Or baby cobra. Activate that core, turn those toes under, hips up and back, down dog. Bend those knees, step, walk, or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Take your transition to your forward fold. And let's take it into that chair pose. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back, bend those knees. Fabulous. All right, right leg's gonna go ahead and back to that crescent lunge. So slide or step it back. Bend that left knee, find your balance, find your core. Warrior two, right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flip the front palm, lift it up. Cartwheel it down, left hand, right heel, step forward. Right foot forward to meet the left, forward fold. Into our chair, sweep those arms up, send those hips back. Let's get that other side going here. Left leg slides or steps back. Plant that toe. Nice tall core. Nice long torso. Warrior two, left heel turns down, arms open. Find that balance. Very nice. Peaceful, flips that front palm, that right palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel, right foot goes back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Send those knees down underneath those hips. Give me that hands and knees. Give me those two cats and cows. When you finish those two, take it out into that puppy. So that neutral spine, walks those arms out nice and long, chest down towards the mat. From there, spinal twist, right arm goes underneath, right shoulder meets that mat. One nice deep breath in that. And then go ahead and bring it through center, same thing in that other direction. Left arm comes underneath, one nice deep breath there. Back to center, back to that puppy pose, which brings us to our downward facing dog. Plant those hands, lift those hips, curl those toes under, activate the core, press the hips up and back. Very nice. Last time in that first 40 minutes for us to do that lunge series here. Rock it to that right foot forward. So bend those knees, spring off of that right foot to bring it outside that right hand. And then let's find that spinal twist. That right arm lifts. Exhale brings that right hand back down. Same transition brings us through our down dog. Rock it, left leg forward. So right back to meet the left. Bend those knees, spring off of that left foot to get it outside that left hand. Left arm lifts. Very nice. Go ahead and send that left hand back down. Let's take it back to that downward facing dog. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Child's pose, knees wide, hips towards the heels. Cobra sends those hips forward, knees underneath them, or baby cobra, as always. Activate that core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take it to our fold. Bend those knees, step, walk, or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. All right, last time in our first 40 minutes for that chair to lunge sequence. Let's sweep those arms up, send those hips back into our chair pose. Nice active core here. Nice bend in those knees. You guys are doing awesome. We're almost there. Let's take it to that crescent lunge. Right foot slides or steps back. Bend that left knee. That right heel is off of that mat here. Hips face forward. Warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips that left palm, lifts it up and back. Very nice. Cartwheel it down. Left hand, right heel lifts. We're stepping forward into our forward fold. So right foot comes to meet the left. Very nice. Last time here, let's find that chair. Sweep the arms up, send the hips back. Crescent sends that left foot back nice and long. Toe down, heel up, right knee bends. Find your balance, find your core. Fabulous work. Warrior two, left heel turns, arms open. Flip that front palm, that right palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. And let's go ahead and cartwheel it down. Right hand, left heel this time. Unlike those other times, let's step it forward. Left foot forward to meet the right, forward fold. Very nice. Let's take 2 halfway lifts. Inhale to that flat back, that long spine. Exhale back into that fold. One more time, just like that. Inhale, give me that lift. Exhale into that fold. Your next inhale is going to roll you all the way up to that extended mountain. So take your time, take it vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling up until those hips come right underneath. Find that lower back, mid back, upper back and shoulder blades, head, neck. Take the arms up overhead. Take one lateral stretch in each direction. Right hand's going to come down, left arm's going to come up over top. Inhale pulls us up to center. Exhale, second set. Inhale up to center. Exhale, circles those arms down and around. You can either press those palms towards each other or you can interlace those fingers. Press the knuckles towards the floor. Shoulder blades come together, open through the chest. Exhale, releases, relaxes those shoulders. We're going to finish with 2 nice deep breaths for the end of this first 40 minutes here. That inhale leads with those arms, takes us up. Exhale brings us down. And one more time, just like that. Our inhale takes us up. Palms meet right up overhead. Exhale pulls the hands down to heart center. All right. As always, if you're joining me for that extra 20 minutes, same link, same information. If not, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great Monday, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hands and knees position. Excellent. Let's take 2 more nice deep breaths. So 2 more times in each direction for that cat and cow. When you finish those 2, go ahead and make your way into that puppy position. So that spine comes nice and long. Those knees stay right underneath those hips. We walk those hands out nice and long. Press the chest down towards the mat. Let's take our spinal twist in that first direction once you get there. Right arm threads underneath. Right shoulder meets that mat. Nice deep breath when you get there so that left hand can go wherever you'd like it to be for that inhale and exhale. And then let's bring it back through center and same thing in that other direction. Once again, once you get there, that one nice deep breath, wherever that right hand would like to be. Fabulous. And then let's make our way back to center for that puppy once again, which will take us to our downward facing dog. Lift those hips, curl those toes under, press those hips up and back, find that nice active core. So that core doesn't get to relax on our downward facing dog. We want it to be nice and active. All right, here we go. That rocket to that right foot coming forward for our lunge. So bend those knees, spring off of that right foot, bring it outside that right hand. When you get there, ankle underneath knee, right arm lifts, spinal twist. Very nice. Right hand comes back down. We're going through that down dog. Same thing on that other side. So right foot back to meet the left. When you get there, feel free to take a moment and then find that rocket, spring off of that left foot to bring it outside that left hand. Nicely done. There we go to that spinal twist. Left arm lifts, right arm stays down. And let's go ahead and bring it right back down. We're taking it to our downward facing dog, which will take us to our child's pose. Left goes back to meet the right, down dog. When you get there, take that moment if you need it, and then knees wide, hips towards the heels. One nice deep breath in that child's pose. And then forward for that cobra or baby cobra. Knees come underneath, hips go down. Peel that chest up off the mat, maybe that little lift of the chin. Downward facing dog once again. Activate the core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back. And let's make our way forward to our fold. Bend those knees, step, hop, or walk those feet forward to meet those hands. Very nice. Let's take it into our chair. Sweep those arms up, send those hips back. Nice and deep in that chair. Let's take an extra moment here. Take that brief analysis of your body. Make sure your core is active here so it's not relaxing. That lower back is nice and long. It's not bending in. And we've got that nice bend in those knees. Fabulous work. Let's take it back to our crescent lunge. Right foot steps or slides back. Left knee is bent. Find your balance once you get there. Find that nice, long, strong core, long, strong torso. Nice stretch for that right hip flexor. Let's take it down for that warrior two. Right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful flips that left palm up, lifts it up and back. Very nice. Cartwheel it down. Left hand, right heel. We're stepping forward for this one. So right foot comes forward to meet the left. Forward fold. Chair pose. Sweeps those arms up, sends those hips back. Very nice. Take that brief posture analysis once again. Notice where you're at. And then let's take it back to that crescent lunge. Left foot slides or steps back, nice and long. Toe down, heel up. Bend in that right knee. Find your balance, find your core. Let's take it down to that warrior two. Left heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful flips that right palm, lifts it up and back. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel. This time we're stepping back. So that right foot transitions back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Very nice. And then go ahead and send those knees down right underneath those hips. We're going right back into it with those two cats and two cows. Inhale, belly towards the floor, hips lift, chin lifts. Exhale, spine rounds towards the ceiling. One more time. Fabulous work. When you're done with those, bring that spine back to that nice neutral. And then walk it out to that puppy. Nice little chest stretch. So if you're someone who likes to do those upper body days, those push days after a nice bench press day, this will feel good. Let's take it to that spinal twist. That right arm threads underneath. Place that right shoulder down on the mat. Find that left arm wherever it feels best. So whether it's out long or you find one of those two options, nice deep inhale and exhale here. When you finish that, when you're ready, bring it through center. So back to that puppy. And then same thing on that other side. That left arm threads through. Left shoulder meets. Find that right arm wherever it feels best. And then that nice deep breath. Fabulous. When you're done with that, go bring it back to center, just briefly into that puppy, which then takes us back to that downward facing dog. Curl those toes under, activate that core, press those hips up and back. Excellent. All right, here comes that lunge series. Find that rocket, bring that right foot forward into our lunge. Right arm lifts. Now I want you to take a moment once you find that spinal twist to again kind of take that brief analysis of your body. If a lot of your weight is on that left wrist, take a moment and just activate your core a little bit. Use it for a little bit more support so that all of your weight isn't on that left hand. Very nice. With your next exhale, go ahead and send that right hand back down. Let's make our transition back to our down dog through our rocket, and then our left leg's going to step forward. Bend those knees, bring that left foot forward. When you get there, ankle under knee, left arm lifts. And once again, go ahead and take that brief analysis. Just make sure you've got that core nice and active so that all of your weight isn't on that right wrist. Very nice. Next exhale brings that left hand back down. We're going back to that downward facing dog. Left steps back to the right. Child's pose, knees wide, hips towards the heels. All right, we're going to take it through our low flow this time instead of directly to our cobra. So let's take it back up to that down dog. Lift those hips, curl those toes under, press those hips up and back. From here, we're going to take a brief pause out in that high push-up plank. So I want you to go ahead and float those shoulders out over those wrists. Nice high push-up plank gives us that nice long line from the shoulders down to the knees or to the heels. So as always, if you want those knees down, they can start right there. Very nice. Give me one more big inhale. And then with your exhale, we're finding that chaturanga. Toes or knees, elbows come close, lower it down. As soon as you're about to hit that mat, press it up. Cobra, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Nice. Activate that core, pull it in, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're bringing it forward for our fold. Bend those knees, step, walk, or hop those feet forward to meet those hands. Nice forward fold. Very nice, very nice. Here comes our chair. Sweep the arms up, send the hips back. Crescent lunge, right foot slides or steps back, left knee is bent. Nice long torso, nice strong core. Warrior two, opens those arms, turn that right heel down. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lifts us up and back. Cartwheel it down, left hand, right heel. We're stepping forward when you get there, so right foot's gonna come forward to meet the left, back into our fold. Nice, let's take it back into that chair, sweep the arms up, send the hips back. Very good, slide or step that left foot back nice and long, toe down, heel up, long torso. And our warrior two turns our left heel down, opens those arms. Flip that front palm, that right palm for that peaceful warrior. Extending up, nice front side body stretch. Cartwheel it down, right hand, left heel, and we're stepping back once again. So right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. And let's send those knees down right underneath those hips to that hands and knees position. We're taking 3 nice deep breaths for just a little break so you can stay in this hands and knees. You can grab a sip of your beverage. You can send it back to child's pose. We're going to go one final time through. We're going to squeeze it in our last couple minutes here. So go ahead and take those 2 more nice deep breaths. And after you find that last one, if you made your way out of hands and knees, go ahead and bring it back. And we've got our 2 cats and cows to get us started with our last time through. So twice in each direction for that spine. When you finish that, instead of going to that puppy, I want you to stay right where you are. We're just going to take that spinal twist intensity up just slightly. So rather than just threading through underneath, we're going to start right here. I want you to lift that right arm up towards the ceiling. So increasing, changing that direction of that spinal twist. Now from here, let's go ahead and take it down and through. Right hand comes down underneath, that shoulder meets the mat. You can then extend that left arm out long, or once again, find that thoracic spine rotation or that half bind. One nice deep breath once you get there. All right, this time we're going to transition out of it with that same spinal twist that we just found. So that left hand is planted nice and solid right in outside that right arm. As you inhale, rather than just going back to center, go ahead and lift. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then set it down next to the left. Same exact thing on that other side. Here we go. Left arm lifts. Exhale brings us down and through underneath. Find that spinal twist. Left shoulder meets that mat. Once again, you can stay here. You can extend the arm. You can find that T-spine or that half bind. Nice deep breath here. When you're done, that right hand comes planted right on top of that left, and that left arm is going to lift once again. So left arm lifts, fingertips up towards the ceiling for that last spinal twist there. Exhale brings that left hand down underneath that shoulder. Let's take it into our downward facing dog. So make a small adjustment, forward or backward if you need to. Curl those toes under, press those hips up and back. All right, last set of that lunge series with our rocket to our lunge and twist. When you're ready, go ahead and bend those knees, spring off of that right foot to bring it forward. When you get there, right arm lifts. Once again, think about that core for a moment, lift a little bit, find that nice strong core so all of your weight isn't in that left wrist. Next exhale brings that right hand back down. Let's switch sides. Right leg goes back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Rocket bends those knees, springs our left leg forward to outside that left hand. Left arm lifts. Think about that nice active core. Little lift there. Very nice. Next exhale brings that left hand back down. One more time into that downward facing dog. Left goes back to meet the right. We're skipping over that child's pose and taking it right through our low flow here for this one. So from our down dog, let's take it out to that high push-up plank position, shoulders over wrists. As always, toes or knees here. With your next exhale, whenever it comes, toes or knees, chaturanga. Elbows come close, we lower it down, and then press the chest up, cobra or upward facing dog. Very nice. Downward facing dog comes next. Activate that core. Turn those toes under. Press those hips up and back. And we've got our final time with that chair to crescent sequence. So let's take it forward to our fold. Bend those knees. Step, hop, or walk those feet forward to those hands. Sweep those arms up. Send those hips back. Chair pose. Slide or step that right foot back nice and long. Toe down. Heel up. Find your balance. Warrior two turns our right heel down, opens the arms. Peaceful, flips the front palm, lifts us up. Cartwheel it all the way down. Left hand, right heel, right steps forward to meet the left forward fold. Chair pose when you get there. Next inhale, sweeps the arms up, sends the hips back. Crescent sends our left leg back nice and long, toe down, heel up, right knee bends. We're almost there. Stick with me the last couple of moments. Warrior two turns our left heel down, opens those arms. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lifts us up and back. And we're cartwheeling down, right hand, left heel. And this time we're stepping forward one final time. Left forward to meet the right, forward fold. Same as at the end of that last practice, let's find our halfway lift. Inhale to that flat back, that long spine, that nice active core. Exhale back into that fold. Last time for that halfway lift. Inhale, flat back, long spine, active core. Exhale to that fold. And our inhale is going to take us all the way up to that extended mountain. So vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling it up. Those hips come under, that lower back, mid back, shoulders, upper back, neck, arms come up overhead. Maybe look up towards those fingertips. Maybe that little mini back bend by sending those thumbs back over top that head. Exhale circles the arms down and around. You can bring those palms towards each other or interlace behind the back. Send the knuckles towards the floor. Open through the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. Two nice deep breaths to finish us off this evening here. Lead with those arms. That inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. And on that last one, those palms are going to go ahead and meet up overhead. Inhale takes us up. Palms meet. Exhale pulls the hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, great rest of your week. If I do not see you before then, have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before then, but I will have class Wednesday if your facility offers it, and Monday and Wednesday of next week as well, as same if your facility offers it. The light in me honors the light in you, bowing as we say, Namaste.